Okay. Now, how are we gonna do this?
Well, that's just some questions here.
Okay.
There's nobody in here yet. See, somebody in here. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna ask questions about what you know about the McCoys and
I don't know anything about that.
no, about some of the stuff you told me about the fisheries.
Oh,
Your grandpa and them. Or who was it? Wait till it gets to the end here. I don't know what time it was.
let me see my phone. My phone will tell you what
Right
time.
here, 5:14. They just see what it tells us on the wait a minute. So that. Hello, Grant. Purple Gang. I got 3 people in here.
Okay.
I got a guy here with me. This is Dave. I'm Derek's dad. And I'm going to interview him about his fishing. He's never fished professional fishing, but I'm going to try to ask him some questions about his experiences. He also is quite a catfisherman. He used to live down in Georgia and fish catfishes down there. But his family up here, where he was growing up, they lived up here, his grandparents and stuff. They had, what you call them, fisheries?
He was a professional fisherman.
Yeah, commercial fishermen.
Yeah.
And they used to go out in Lake Huron, and they owned the fisheries. That was in the 1800s, early 1900s. There's pretty interesting stuff about that. Can you remember any stories about that stuff?
Oh, the only thing I remember is my uncle used to go out and check his nets, and my grandpa used to go check his nets, and they would supply the fish house in Black River, where it used to be, in full of fish and all that. They check them every day.
What kind of fish?
Different types of fish. Sometimes not walleye, but lake trout, whitefish, just different types of fish. Perch, bass, all kinds of fish. And they used to keep the fish house, full of fish. Then they used to have the smoker going all the time.
Can you hear us, Grant?
Can you hear you?
I don't know. You're Nancy.
How can you know if they're hearing you?
I don't know. Okay, he says we can hear you. See right here where he says we can hear you.
Okay.
So, what kind of fish were they?
Some was lake trout, probably steelhead, different types of fish to keep the fish house full of fish and that, and they used to smoke fish every day and all that. And the fish house was a big place to catch all the fish by the boats that they had, commercial fishing boats.
Yeah, how much perch did they get? They get a lot of big perch?
I imagine they did. They never discussed how many fish they caught, but the fish house was always busy because of the fishing and all that. Lots and lots of fish there.
They came, this was out in Lake Huron where they went out and got the fish.
Yeah, by the Black River Island.
So I know a lot of people in here like the catfish. You got any good suggestions how to catch your catfish?
Me?
Yeah, how do you fish for your catfish?
Well, I use lightweight on every fishing that I do. I use a split shot, sort of a small hook or a medium hook, and let it get in the current and let the current take it, and they'll see it, and then they'll hit the bait, and that's how I catch my fish. You got a question?
Yeah, but what do you use for bait?
I use worm, sometimes night crawlers, leeches, for trout, wax worms, spawn, different things.
So do you like to fish in daytime or nighttime better?
Daytime. Catfish is better during the evening.
Think so?
Yeah. You put a leech on and put a split shot on and let it get in the current. Current will take it, and the catfish should know that thing big. And the biggest catfish I ever caught was 2 feet 8 inches.
Okay. That's pretty good size. You know how much it weighs?
I would say maybe 4 or 5 pounds.
Okay. It's pretty nice size.
Yeah.
How do you cook them?
Well, I normally deep fry them, or I just put some oil in a pan and cook it like that. Yep.
So they float or something.
Well, no, they don't have flow. They just a little bit of oil on the bottom, just flip them over till they get golden brown, and then they're done.
Tell everybody about the big panfish you catch down by Bennett and Lake, which is real close to here in the river, where the water comes out.
Last summer, or I should say last spring, that I caught some very big bluegill. How long do you think that is?
What?
Yeah, about a foot, maybe a little bit more. Huge bluegill in that. And I caught that on a lightweight too, and just let it get below the dam and into the current. And they know that thing like crazy. One fish right after another. Any more questions?
You're telling about that big fish that you had, but you don't know what it was.
Caught a fish last summer. I have no clue what it was. It looked like a sheephead, but it wasn't a sheephead. And it had lots and lots of teeth in its mouth, and it had big eyes, and I have no clue what it was. Who?
You don't know what it was?
No, I have no clue what it was.
Here, they said, how are you? So you can't describe it or anything, huh?
Well, it had big scales like a carp, but I have no clue what kind of fish it was. I know it wasn't a sheephead. It must be some kind of new fish out in a lake that they planned. And it wasn't one fish that I caught. I had 2 on, and I lost 2. And the other ones, the other one was small compared to the first one I caught. And that probably was, I don't know, 30 inches long, 35, and it was a good sized fish, and that weighed a lot, maybe about 6-7 pounds.
So what are you planning for this year fishing? You know what I want to ask you about? How do you fish for steelhead here? Derek always out trying to fish steelhead.
Well, I've caught them. I've had them in the past. They hit on wax worms.
Wax worms?
And
How do you hook a wax worm on and float it in the current?
Well, you have to use like a number 2 hook, because steelhead they don't like big objects in the water.
Put your hand up here if you're showing, because you can't see your hand.
Okay.
You can't see them down on the tail. You gotta hold it up. You want to say this big or this big?
You did a real small hook, a number 2 hook, and Yeah, that's how I catch the fish, because big hooks that they won't even mess with, and with trout that you have light weight because they're very sensitive of about the weight because they don't want any weight on their bait.
Hello, Silas. Yeah, Tammy asked if you shaved your head because you're bald. Did she think you're Derek?
No, yeah, I shave my head, but I'm 90% bald. Okay.
Yeah. So you use the, well, where do you go or how do you throw it out there with just a platform on it?
I just throw it out there gently to make sure it gets in the right spot. This
When you put like a weight right down by it or above it or
way above it, maybe uh, probably about 2 foot up or foot up, and just let it get in the current and all that. Something where I could cast it out and get a lot of fish that way.
Tammy says she's making chicken with vegetables and greens.
Okay.
So what kind of salmon is coming up in the river right now?
Alaskan salmon.
How big are they?
I don't know how big they are, but I know they're a good size. I don't know if they're planting them in the lake out there, but there's a lot of them in the lake. I know that.
So you heard anybody getting any walleyes or anything in the river?
I haven't heard nothing about that. Okay, more?
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Well, you can help me out and tell me some of the things you've done fishing. You've done a lot of fishing.
Yeah, I fished in Georgia, but
What's it like to fish down in Georgia?
well, it's warm and all that, and used to go to the dams, try to catch the big blues in that,
What's
but
a blue?
it's blue
Blue
catfish.
catfish?
Yeah,
You never got one though.
never caught one there. Go to Alabama, I could catch fish. Go to Georgia, never catch nothing.
What did you catch in Alabama?
Bluegills, sunfish.
Now you fish off the bank always.
Yeah, I never had a boat.
Okay.
So I learned how to fish off the bank. I look for certain currents and all that, and keep my eyes open for deep, good spots to fish. The big holes is the best way to catch the big ones. Somebody just left a message again.
Someone left a message. It says, 2 more minutes for my vegetables and greens to get done.
Okay. So what kind of fishing have you done?
Well, I fished a lot of fish. That's a long story.
Well, go ahead and share your story.
What do you mean about bass fishing days or?
Other types
I
of
used to
fishing.
fish every day of the year. As soon as I was done work, I'd be out fishing every day. I fished every single day. I never missed a day for several years. But now I don't do that no more.
Have you ever caught any whitefish?
Whitefish, yeah, out in Tahoe, and Lake Huron in Tawas.
You catch it in a boat?
Yeah, I never caught whitefish off the other.
So have you ever caught them in the winter ice fishing?
Whitefish, yeah, you get one. If school comes through, depends out by buoy 3 out there in about 18 feet of water. Every once in a while, you get a few coming. But never no amounts, no.
Huh.
So, what's this about this Bigfoot stuff that you tell me? Maybe we could talk about some of the Bigfoot things. But you got some really interesting stories. Tell them about that one story of working with your uncle.
Cousin.
Cousin.
I was working with my cousin, and we went on to the job site. He dig ponds and that, and that he was in the middle of the woods, and he would take stumps out so he could start digging the ponds and that. And we went there one day, and well, I should say we always got on a job site early, and so I went outside and I was laying on a bench, and I was sleeping, and my cousin ran up to me and something was walking around me and all that, and he ran up, told me to get in the truck. He didn't know what it was, so we went back to the job site when it got daylight, and something took the stumps and pitched them across right behind his crane like it was nothing. And then we went to his friend because that spooked my cousin. And so we went to his friends, and I heard a scream, and they said something was in the area killing cattle and all kinds of things. Pigs, all that. Just slaughtering them. But nobody knew what it was, but you could hear the screams of something that wasn't human.
Now, where was this at? Michigan?
It was in Michigan, maybe close to Luzerne. I'm not sure.
How many years ago was this?
Probably about maybe 97, 98. Yeah.
Here, enjoy your meal, Tammy.
Is that what she said?
She's gonna go to your food is done. She said, "Have a nice day."
Okay.
Hello from North Carolina, Angela. How are you today? Are you ready to chat?
You can't hear them, can you?
No, I can't hear them. They gotta type to me. I can't hear what they're saying.
Okay.
Anyhow, that's a pretty cool story though about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You know, what was that one they were telling about at that thing we went to? Out by the beach. What was they saying?
Old Orchard Park, there was many sightings up in there.
You know.
Yeah. But when I was a kid, I seen a
Hello,
footprint.
bouncer slab.
When I was a kid, I seen a footprint. It was probably about 15 inches long, and it was in the mud about maybe about a foot deep. And how wide is that for
Show
with
up on
the?
the screen.
It was about that wide of a foot. And the footprint was, footprint was about that long.
It's a big foot.
Yeah.
That was in that creek, huh?
Yeah, that was in a creek in Black River.
Yeah, that's what he thinks it was Sasquatch. Is that what they call it? Bigfoot?
Yeah.
What about that one story that lady told you about the gas station?
Oh, she used to live in
Wasn't that North Carolina?
no, that was in Kentucky. She lived in Kentucky her whole life, and she had pit bulls. And that she went out one day to go see her dog, and something came there during the night and bit off the head of the pit bull.
Bouncer Slab said Bigfoot was coming in northern Minnesota, and we were told not to talk about it.
Do I know?
He says they were told not to talk about Bigfoot
Where?
in northern Minnesota.
Why?
It's not in there.
He says he talks about it now.
Huh?
I don't know why he was told. It says he talks about it now.
Okay.
Well, that's one state over.
Is it?
And Minnesota's just on the other side, basically. It's well, two states. Well, it's fine.
Wonder who told him not to talk about it.
I don't know. Who told you not to talk about it, Bouncer Slab? So what was it? What happened with it? That ladies that they killed the dog,
Yeah,
and that was in Kentucky.
that was in Kentucky. And I guess they had another pit bull too, and the same thing happened to that one.
And they think it was Bigfoot.
Yeah, they thought it was a Bigfoot because there was all kinds of footprints by the pin and all that, and they had the cage in the kennel in a big giant fence, and it reached over the fence and grabbed a hold of the dog and bit the head off.
Wow. He said it was, they bring too many strangers around. That's why they didn't want to talk about it. They were coming around and ruining stuff, running stuff and ruining stuff. And that makes sense, you know. You got a town you don't want to be overrun by all these Bigfoot hunters.
Huh.
You never know what you'll meet out there in the wild.
Yeah, you never know.
That's through Facebook. Yeah, well, that's just like when I took you back to that one place along the river and you said you heard a whistle and you thought it was a Bigfoot. It's all about that. Because I didn't hear it.
I used to watch the show Mountain Men, the Mountain Monsters, and they talked about Bigfoot, and one of them was a midnight whistler. And that's in, I heard the sound on the TV, and that's exactly what I heard in the woods. Somebody
I didn't
whistled.
hear it though. I had my metal detector. I wasn't paying attention.
Somebody else wrote something.
Oh, this is Nightbox. And he wrote that the Giants Ridge area was my home, named after a tribe of giants that hunted through them. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? I never heard of anything in books Bigfoot in Minnesota before. But they've been sighted everywhere, so.
Yeah,
Do you think they eat fish?
they probably eat anything they can get their hands on.
You think so?
I'll just get some cookies.
Yeah.
Hello, Ken.
Looks like we get golden nuggets.
He said no call, thank you. I mean, Derek's not here. I'm babysitting. Well, at least my wife is. I'm sitting here on Derek's computer. You ever seen Bigfoot over at Grayling, Ken? He's got a cabin over in Grayling, which ain't too far from here. I don't think he's paying attention to me.
Well, somebody wrote something.
I saw them eating rabbits and grouse often where I hunted. No, but I've heard stories, he says. Ken did. Well, all the way along the Sapo, there's been so many sightings. Remember, I seen something once, but I don't know if it was a Bigfoot, but it wasn't no man and it wasn't an ape, so I don't know what it was. We went to this Bigfoot thing. What was that called? It was a, what did they call that?
Some kind of monument thing, wasn't it?
No, it was some kind of talk. A guy goes all over the United States with the Bigfoots. I can't remember what that was called.
I don't remember what it was called. Like a Bigfoot research or something like that. What happened? I thought this wasn't working.
Yeah, well, you yeah, that's working. Are you going up? Yeah, there's still snow, Ken. There isn't too much here in Oscoda, but over to Glenny, where I'm at, it might be different in Grayling because there's more sand over there. He said he watched and recorded one there for over 23 years in Pennsylvania now. It passed away 2 years ago. Many people were affected by its passing.
What's that?
A Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot died?
One there, give it, evidently.
Huh.
I guess he's talking about Bigfoot. So how would you catch them salmon, though, there in the river now? How are the guys catching them? Derek used spawn. He didn't even get one bite.
Map spinner's good, or a Cleo. That works to catch salmon.
He says it was very shy and never bothered anyone but my oldest daughter. That's pretty interesting, really. How did it bother your oldest daughter? Are you cooking something for Andrew?
Yep. Out of the back.
There are many, very many of them, my friend. Evidently, he knows more about Bigfoot
Yeah, we do.
than we do. Yeah, it should be pretty decent this weekend. Again, he's coming up tomorrow. It's supposed to be 39 and 45 for Sunday. She was and still is afraid. One that kind of snuck up by her. Derek had his Facebook going, that's why he gave me the What color were they, Bouncer Slabs? Were they dark color or brownish or? Five people in here. We dig up old bottles in that area. And that furry fella just showed interest in her. That's pretty cool going out digging old bottles.
Because apparently didn't want her. Just trying to be
I got a bunch of old bottles I picked up metal detecting.
all these carved and sugar.
Reddish brown with some gray or white. That go with a lot of the ones that you Dave has studied Bigfoot quite a bit in different documentaries and different things he picked up. He was easily 8.5 feet tall.
Wow.
Was it really big like or? So that was an ugly sticky ball today, but it's just a short little pole. Or
Yeah.
did you bend it over like I said? Did it make any noise? We expected it and it was not a problem. It didn't eat bananas for your information. It didn't eat bananas.
Well, the Bigfoot.
Well, I imagine they would be more of a berry eater or meat eater maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 feet across the jaw. Maybe wider. So that one I seen, but it wasn't that big. But it was tall and skinny, and that one guy that expert, he said he thought it was a junior.
Yeah.
Hello, Bass and Link. How are you tonight? Says it's like tuna, so it'd be like fish. I'm doing okay. So what are you gonna fish for first this year? For bluegills?
I'm going to fish for steelhead.
Where are you going for the steelhead? Derek went down there by just past where you live. Then he went down by the bridge. Where are you planning on going?
I'll probably try at the Whirlpool.
Yeah, that when I went by there today, I looked down the road and you see dirt down now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I know exactly. You got to get your sticker to Bill Park back there yet.
Yeah. Somebody else has wrote something.
It was scary for the first 5 years, he said. It was smaller and younger then, but it mellowed out as it got around 20 or so. Yeah, we're running a stream, getting up some time, I guess. I'm babysitting. Got a big date tonight. So would you rather fish in Georgia or Michigan?
Rather go back to Georgia where it's warm.
He said Derek had to take over the stream. And I told him no. And he said, gotcha. Let me understand. Can you guys still can hear me okay?
It's all done.
No, it's not done. I'm just looking to see. It's just throwing people in here, bouncer slab and bass and thing. Okay, good. We've been talking about fishing and about Bigfoot. Some of the strange things that we've had, but did they seem pretty strong to you up there, bouncer slab? It died without a known cause. They're already made its place a year in advance. It planned its tick infestation for its death when he was covered. Stronger than 10 men, in my opinion. That would be like what you said, Bill. Pick up a stump, throw a stump around, and that'd be pretty strong.
Well, some of those stumps probably weigh close to 1,000 pounds. Because I mean, they were bigger than this table right here.
That's crazy.
Hell, I bet you some of them weighed over 1,000 pounds. It seemed like it was nothing. But it made a pathway from one side to the other side.
No, I don't shoot dart and bows, bass and bink. I never bow hunted. He says he sure could jump high. Darton's just up the road. Their company's just up the road from where I live, basically. About 20 miles. Did you see him more at nighttime or daytime, bouncer slab? Kind of interesting, really. Steve's field staff with Darton.
Ask him if he thinks they're from this earth. I don't.
Where do you think they're from, bouncer slab? Much darker here in Minnesota.
I don't think they're from this earth because of the scream that they can let out. It's not a human scream. It's different type of scream that I ever heard. No animal can ever make that kind of scream.
He says they definitely live in the ground. He thinks they live in the ground. He says you see them more when the sun will be going. Right as the sun starts going. Yeah, we've been talking about Bigfoot here the last little bit, bass and binks. You ever see a Bigfoot, bass and binks? I didn't know we'd be talking about Bigfoot. They have a sound that paralyzes, and it's caused by you see the if they see you as food, or they can paralyze you with their sound, like what he's saying, if they think you're food.
Do you think they're from this earth?
He said they come all the ground.
You say no.
No, that's Nightbot. That's the same Derek has on here. It says no spamming, don't say certain words and stuff. They're more intelligent than most things. They are definitely the king of our woods.
They never did answer the question. Do you think they're from this earth?
He says they're more intelligent than us, so.
Do you think they might be from another planet?
How would they get here?
UFO.
The Indians always talk to Bigfoot for years. He says, I believe so. I found sites around our farm in Minnesota, but in the past, I don't know.
From sites.
Where maybe he thought maybe a UFO landed or something, or they were there.
Have you ever seen a UFO before?
Says we are, so it's possible.
So he thinks it's a possibility.
Yeah, well, tell him about that UFO you said you seen.
Well, I was going to work one time down in Georgia, and I looked in this field, and this field's an empty field.
Little Rocky Top.
This is an empty field, and when I went by there one evening going to work, and I seen lights hovering just above the trees, red and white, and just kept on flashing around and around and around. Then I looked, and there was two cars. It stopped just ahead of me, and I looked on my driver's side and looked up, and I seen the rim of the outer of a UFO. It had to be 3 football fields wide.
Where'd it go?
I left. I didn't stick around. I didn't have no part of that. I didn't want to see any more.
He said when he bounces that, said when he was younger, he's seen something, and we all did. It said, man, as of late now.
What is he talking about?
UFO.
Oh,
You asked if he'd seen a UFO. He said not lately, but when he was younger, they all seen it. The 1970s was scary in northern Minnesota. UFO sightings and power outages all the way around us.
the UFO I saw was a disc shape, and it had had a little thing hanging on the bottom where I could see the lights. That probably hung about 12 foot long, just by looking up in the trees and that. Because it looked like it was that long compared, because it was it was above the treetop, but it was maybe about, I don't know, half a mile away, and it was just above the treetop, but the field was completely open, and I looked,
Horses shout.
like I said, I looked, and it was about 3 football fields wide, or long.
Is that the only one you ever seen?
Yeah, that's the only one I ever seen. What's that?
commercial, I guess. How are you, Horses Shop? I wonder who these people are. He said that's much bigger than back then. I don't believe when I see giant items in the sky. It could be our own government. I spent enough time in the military to see odd.
No, this was no government thing because this thing hovered and there was no motor sound, no nothing. It was spooky and I left.
We're doing okay. We're just sitting here. We were talking about fishing and we got on the Bigfoot and then went to UFOs. So. Yeah, Derek's been trying to catch a salmon or a steelhead in the end and they don't do it yet.
Well, I'll catch one before he does.
Now you sound like James.
There's somebody else.
He says, I guess they could be connected though. Never thought about it much, but they did show up around the sightings often. What he's saying about the UFOs and Bigfoot may be connected. If I had my choice, I would say they come from a different dimension
Yeah, that's what I would think too.
than flying on a UFO.
Well, my friend stopped me and told me not to talk about it in public where I used to live and that the government down in Georgia that the government would start talking to me. He told me not to talk about it in public. And I guess they're seen quite often in Georgia. That's what he was saying.
You said the bad smell has been a lack of bass.
What?
The bad smell. Everybody I've talked to that's seen them or whatever, they say they smell terrible bad.
What?
The Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, got a stench behind it. Yeah, I've never seen one, but I've heard them. And I've seen the evidence of them.
Alternate dimensions seem much more reasonable to what I've seen. Yeah, I believe that's like you were saying. What were you saying? That they found tracks, but they were right there out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's a show on Showtime. It's the Devil's Pass, where they're having a documentary of what happened to people up in Russia. What 1956? Yeah.
1959 is the one you're talking about.
Yeah, the one in 1959 where people died.
Ability to disappear quick, that would be going into another dimension as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It'd be the most explainable thing. Oof, gone. They could be there 1 minute and the next. I walked up onto something that was like a Bigfoot, I guess, but it wasn't big, but it was taller than me. I'm 6'1", 6'2", and they were coming up on some wild turkeys. Me and the old guy that lived around for years and years, never seen before. It stood there looking at me, and I stood there looking at him, and then he turned and he ran into Cedar Swamp. At first, I tried to run after it to see where it was going, and I couldn't even begin to keep up, and it was gone, just like that. It was just gone. And it was super fast. It was just gone. He says we always seem to be able to walk behind an invisible wall. No way of putting it.
Well, the Bigfoot,
Yeah.
or their woman and they're gone. Maybe they hit something bad as shit.
Or maybe they don't belong in this dimension, but they found a way into it.
Yeah, you go in and out of it as they will please.
Which one do you like?
Oh,
You got Bunny and Lamb attached to that one. And a snowman.
I like this one.
Which one do you like? You pick one.
You got some more.
Very fast indeed. I like going after grouse and rabbits.
Here you go.
Oh, he says they go after grouse and rabbits. They catch them very easily. But he says they catch the grouse and very easily.
Yeah.
Got something that big, they'd have to be quick in order to catch something like that.
Yeah. Well, they're there one moment and they're gone the next.
Tell them about that one time where I took you back there. You said you saw your glisten when the pine all broke off. Every direction. Where I took you back to where I was detecting. Remember all the spruce trees, how they were snapped right off? Every direction.
There was something like a marking something that
You said that Bigfoot done that.
it had it snapped a bunch of trees in that. Then he was back there metal detecting, and I heard a whistle in that.
He says they don't take their youngest children into the woods. But we go out for it with them.
So he don't take his kids in the woods.
Yeah, we ain't getting the people in here like Derek does.
No.
Not a real comfortable feeling anymore. My little girl has seen them on the base of the mountain near our home in Minnesota. Or maybe in Pennsylvania. I don't know which place they're talking about. There'd be no mountains in Minnesota, it must be Pennsylvania. They never told them about it, and they don't watch TV.
How long are you normally on this?
Well, usually he runs the thing 2 hours.
How long you been running?
I don't know. Let's see a little bit here. We're gonna sit here for a while. You're watching that show on here right now. Why are you doing something wrong?
No. No, nothing's wrong.
So what is your plans for tomorrow?
I don't know. I'll see when I get up tomorrow.
I mean, are you gonna go fishing or
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
tomorrow Saturday?
Yep.
So did you see anything of the family today?
No.
I know. If someone once in a while pops in, they go right back out.
Huh?
They pop in and go right back out. They probably think, where am I at? See a couple old guys sitting here. They're definitely around. I believe they, along with other animals, are more natural and mostly come out when man generally sleeps. The daylight sightings are guards.
Oh no!
I can't pronounce lie. Hello. Rock big vehicle video. Just an opinion. I had to make gravy for our supper. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, really. Think about it.
Yeah.
So what would you say your favorite fishing lure is?
Probably a spinner, something like
How
that.
about you say worm?
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Live bait always works better.
Lou Backer. Okay. Lou Backer video. Lou Backer. Thank you. How are you tonight? I'm Derek's dad, size detecting. This is Dave. We've been sitting here, we talked about fishing and went from fishing to Bigfoot. You're heading for home, eh? Hey there, Moise boy. Well, these glasses don't work very good. I can't see with accident in nature. Are you in the walleye tournament? I'm doing okay. Can you hear me okay, Moiser boy? He's from down North Carolina, but he was from Michigan. That's good. We've been sitting here, we were talking about fishing, then we got talking about Bigfoot and UFOs. Giving Derek a night out. His name's Dave McCoy. He lives up here, right up here by. He fishes a lot right here in this area where Derek lives here, Nascoda. Well, right now there's the steelhead and what salmon are they? Atlantic.
Atlantic salmon.
Are in the river right now. This is awesome. Hello, Mr. McCoy. Yeah, he used to live down in Georgia too. He liked to catfish down there. The real McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real McCoy. Yeah, his grandpa used to own up in Black River, Michigan. They used to be commercial fishermen. They owned the big fisheries along the Black River. There was these big buildings where they come in on the boats. Pretty interesting story. So he's got a lot of history from his family up this way. How you doing, dangerous criminals? Yeah, it's pretty. I find it really interesting because it comes right down from his grandfathers that was in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and they would go out there in the Great Lakes with their boats and net the fish. They come in. What'd you say? Lake trout.
Lake trout, perch, bass, different types of fish, whitefish. I guess he caught a lot of herring, all kinds of things.
Yeah, Dad's taking over for the night for Derek can go out. Yeah, I'd like the metal detector more up around his way, but it's a lot of historical ground and you can't get in here. Yeah, I'm always digging up some history. Yeah, there's a lot of great history down there in North Carolina. You should have some Civil War stuff even down that way. Wouldn't it be? Yeah, North Carolina, Civil War.
Just warning, Rogan. What's that?
Okay. We'll be right back in a bit, Dad. This was dangerous criminal. So how you been, boy? What you been up to today? Yeah, it's a lot of ground. The same thing up here. I live right in the Erie National Forest, and I really can't. I can go out with a metal detector, but I can't really dig. But I also work with I volunteer with a forest archaeologist in the state of Michigan, and I do go on some Indian digs. They're primarily looking for the copper culture Indians, though. He said he didn't do much today. He's been spending time with his wife and his daughter. All these people that come in here, they all have their own YouTube state channels and stuff. Dave here, he's never done too much with the internet at all, so this is all new to him totally. He never professional fished, but he's done a lot of fishing, and I always find it interesting to listen to other people's stories. you think Oscoda's better fishing than up by Black River?
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah, it is. Because Black River, the river.
Okay, you have a good day, Moiser boy. Hello, Kaylin. Hey, Mike, how you doing? We've been sitting here talking about fishing and Bigfoot and UFOs. I'm doing okay. Yeah, we got talking about, we were talking with Bouncer Slab and got wondering talking whether Bigfoot comes from UFOs or another dimension or where they come from. He's from North Dakota. This guy here. This is WTF Mike. He has a big cattle farm, isn't it? They had that big terrible storms out here a couple weeks back. Yeah, we got cows, it says. He fishes for walleye. 700 cattle.
It's a lot of cattle.
You guys didn't lose any to the snow? I'm rocking again? Oh. I always end up sitting rocking and making noise. $11,000 farmable acres. I know last time, I think it was South Dakota where it went through, was nothing but damn sunflowers. All you see is miles and miles of sunflowers. He said they didn't lose any cattle where they found yet. It was on TV the other night. They were out there digging them out of drifts. I don't know where at though.
This guy has some fresh milk.
They did all soybeans and corn this year. You been cloned, Bouncer Slab?
What a horrible.
So you don't know what you're doing tomorrow then? some story.
I can't think of any.
How is the soybean business? Is it very good this year? They've been trying to haul and crazy with that terrible weather out there. I imagine that really affects them. They're getting hauled. They just started home because it's kind of opened the market up again. Rainbow tooting chicken.
Do what?
I don't know what it's talking about. What about trolling? Or trolls or something on the internet thing.
How come that thing gets close and backs up?
What does?
The screen.
It gets close and then backs up? Because I lean back in the chair. And then I sit up. Sit up.
No, the screen itself, it gets close, then it backs off.
When you lean back.
Mm-mm.
You're saying the screen's moving?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It just did it, yeah. Maybe the house is breathing. All the junk sitting behind us, so I'll come ahead in a second. Yeah, that Derek says that one room down the end of the hall. Go down the end of the hall and turn, walk in that room and see if you feel anything.
What do you mean?
Because he says it's haunted. They won't sleep in there. Can you feel that anything?
No, I can't feel nothing. What did it say no?
And that's there talking about weather. Something Derek has on here. Three people in here now.
How many was there before?
There's two now. Yeah, I think I seen the post. Didn't you put a thing up with crappies on it? Monster slab? You ever catch crappies?
I have a long time ago.
What, inside stone or?
Well, they were like that. They were good size. And that was an Alpina. going. Okay, you know where the hospital is. Instead of going right, you go left,
Okay.
and go down that road to like Fletcher's Pond.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got the dams going all that way.
Okay. I can't think what the name of that is. I know what you're talking about.
You got little small dikes and stuff like that
Yeah.
going through there, and I don't know if they still have it. They used to be that they had like a little bridge that you could walk over the fence and get to the dike in that and fish in there and catch nice sized crappies in that.
What, offshore?
Yeah,
What was you for bait?
night crawlers.
I call it. What about just up under the surface or?
Well, it's just put a worm on, or sometimes just put a bobber
Are
on.
feeding off bottom?
Yeah, they just put a bobber on, throw it out there, and they'll hit.
Okay, off the bottom.
Yeah,
I never heard them picking stuff up off the bottom too much.
yeah. I had them hit on the bottom too.
What do you fillet them or how do you cook them? Derek wanted to know about building a smokehouse for fish, and I told him to talk to you. You're the one that smokes fish all the time. How hard it is to make one.
Yeah, but will he listen?
I don't know. Listen or not. And
Could tell him how to.
how would you build what would you build? If you wanted to build it, you could add any materials available to you and you want to make a smokehouse for smoking fish. What would you do?
I would get an old refrigerator,
Okay, and then what?
then take all the insulation out of it. Take all the stuff out of it, can burn in that plastic and all that, and put the shell back together and cut a hole in the top and cut a hole in the bottom and let
Hour and
it,
17 minutes, Mike.
let it have draft for it to smoke, then have your hot box quite a ways out. And so it could be a cold smoke, because that's what that is, a cold smoke.
Okay.
And he would have to smoke it 8 hours at least. But some people like to cheat and go they'll use water in that for their smoker, water smoker, and that's not really putting smoke into the meat, and it's just putting a little bit into the meat. It takes it away. Takes the true taste of the smoke away.
What kind of wood do you like to use to smoke with?
Well, my favorite is applewood. But if you can't get applewood, there's plenty of maple around here, and that'll work too.
Okay. Yeah, it won't be long, and the suckers will be running big time.
Yeah,
You ever smoke suckers?
I've smoked many suckers.
You smoke everything.
Yeah.
You use applewood for suckers too?
If I can get it.
Mike says applewood fish sounds good. Did you ever use hickory?
Well, hickory isn't that plentiful around here. You used to have a lot of apple orchards around here, and that's where you can get this wood at. It's from the apple trees. But hickory's not that great.
Yeah, that
Right around
hickory
here.
or black walnut, that's all down most you're gonna find in southern lower Michigan. Up here we don't have too much of that. You find one once in a blue moon. I know I used to cut wood. I cut wood in the woods for years. Run sawmill.
Go to Georgia and go get some water oak.
Water oak? What is that?
It's a smoke wood. You can smoke with it, cook with it. It's called water oak. You can do a lot of cooking with it, or do a lot of smoking with it too.
Yeah. So you say you usually smoking about 8 hours?
Yeah.
How do you know when it's done?
When it's golden brown on top and you can take it and it melts in your mouth, you know it's done.
Yeah, I know. He says you marinate the fish first.
Yeah.
What do you marinate it in?
Well, there's different types of ingredients. There's brown sugar, kosher salt is the number one thing you have to put in it. Lemon juice, lime. There's all kinds of different recipes in
What's your
that.
favorite?
Probably the deluxe type,
What do you mean deluxe?
which you got garlic salt, garlic powder, lemon juice, lime, Worcestershire sauce. Where I got the recipe at is a little cheese smoker. My very first smoker where I learned how to smoke fish when I was 19. And I've been smoking fish ever since.
Yeah, around this town here, he's known for smoked fish. He said try honey pepper once. Be easy on the pepper though. Think you get it spicy.
Yeah, it would be hot.
There was fish back then, he says.
Huh?
There was fish back then when you were 19. Have a good day at work, Nicholas. Yeah, Dave's grandparents, they were commercial fishermen on the Lake Huron. They used to own the big commercial fisheries buildings up there in Black River. Yeah, he asked me today about how to go about doing it, and I told him to talk to you, because you would tell him better how to do it than I would. Want to know how to smoke a ham, I can tell him how to smoke ham, but fish, no.
Well, you don't smoke ham in summertime. You smoke ham in the fall, or you could smoke it in the winter time. But if you smoke ham in the winter, it's a 3-day smoke because it gets that smoke right in there deep, and it gets like a real dark brown, and that's all the way to the bone. The smoke is, and that is very good.
He says, Mike says he makes northern pike jerky.
How you get rid of the bones? Because it has Y bones in them.
Dave wants to know how you get rid of the bones.
Because it has Y bones right in the meat.
Oh, JJ. B cut along the back. He cuts the back strips out of it, and then the stomach thing. And then the back two slabs of it. boneless. You probably don't know how to do that.
No.
It's really easy. Like I know how to do it, Mike, but I don't think Dave's ever done that. You
No.
can clean it without the bones. Actually, you can slab them off and still cut the bones out. It's a little bit harder. You never smoked white?
No.
You said you smoked them bass and stuff like you that time.
Yeah, I smoke bass, and a lot of people like to smoke bass more than anything.
He says they used to smoke eels.
I forgot what state that is at. They smoke eels, a lot of eels in that. Where I think it's over close to New York. I don't know. They smoke a lot of eels in that. It used to be on TV, their program.
What?
It used to be on TV where this guy would go fishing strictly for eels, and he would smoke eels. He had a smokehouse. That was the number one thing that he sold was the eels.
I never heard of
They were like $12 a pop, something like that, just for
eel.
the eel, for a bag of it.
Yeah, Long Island, New York. There's a guy upstate New York, Delaware River.
That's it.
He says that's it. Delaware eels.
Yup.
I didn't see you come in. I didn't know you were back home. Have I ever met Rex? No, I don't think I ever met him myself.
Rex who?
Rex Darlington. Dark and Bold.
You're watching the camera. Do you want some water? First, Jake, you want some water?
Yeah, Derek goes down there a lot down in the Dark and Bold. He's been down there. I don't know who all he knows though. But he's been down there a lot of times.
Is that Standish or beyond Standish?
No, that's right down the hill.
Okay.
Dark and Bold, you know where the factory is down there? Down by the junkyard. Where the old high school was. Just before the high school. Okay, have a good day, Bounce a Slab. Okay, he says Rex is the creator and owner of Darton.
Huh.
I don't. He's an older guy. I know that. But I never met the guy myself.
How many got online now?
I don't know.
One?
3 of them in here right now.
Next thing we do, where's the smashing bird? Okay, Rachel? The pilot is driving. Okay, Rachel? And roll the ship
No, just 2.
That's what I thought. I thought it was getting down there.
We're boring old guys.
Huh?
We're boring old guys.
I guess so.
Okay, you have a good day, Moose Lou.
At least one.
Let's see what I'm still doing.
Huh?
Just two. I'll just be happy when it thaws out, bring it back out with my detector. It looks out here, it looks like it's thawing already.
I don't know if the frost is out or not. I don't know.
Did you walk out there behind the apartments at all?
Uh-uh.
So that's what you think he should get, an old refrigerator?
Well, it depends what he wants to smoke and how often he wants to smoke. Because an old refrigerator, all he has to do is clean it out and use it when he wants to, but make sure that there's no beehives in it when he starts it up.
Yeah, the bees can get out of there pretty fast.
You know, he'll get stung pretty fast. But he would have to keep the yard a lot cleaner than what he has right now.
Like,
Once those leaves catch on fire,
yeah, he had to put the smoker out his house. Out the farm, he calls it.
well, he would have to sit there and watch that thing, make sure he don't have any grease fire going.
Yeah. Get a lot of grease out of it.
Oh yeah. You have to have a drain plug on it too. I usually had a pan to catch all the grease and that, and the heat just from the furnace would hit the pan and burn up the grease in that. But sometimes you get into the lake trout and stuff like that, or catfish and that, where it's really oily meat, and the oil's just pouring out of it. That's what you gotta be careful. I've had a grease fire before.
Centroid aerial images. How you doing? We're doing okay.
I think I'm gonna have to show him how to do that.
Yeah, he needs help with it. I can't. You're better to tell him than I am.
As long as he listens, I know he can be stubborn. I know he can be very. No, I don't want to do it your way. Let's do it. Well, go ahead and see you later. Don't want to listen? Fine.
Yeah, I let Derek. He's having a night out with his woman. I'm Dad. I'm side detecting. That's my friend Dave. We've been talking about fishing and what else we talk about? Bigfoot, UFOs, smokehouses,
Smoke fish.
smokefish. I wonder if the beach is thawed out in the sand.
It was in the sun all the time. I would think so. Well, then again, the ice is still getting off the lake, so I don't know.
This is Derek's house. We're at Derek's. I don't got OBS running. I'm not that good with any computers. He just turned it on and we're sitting here and doing something different. We're babysitting.
I got an expectations coming back.
I can't remember, where do you live at, Bass and Banks? I don't remember what state. Just ain't gonna tell them. Did you go to Subway and get yourself a sandwich, like you said? What'd you get? He lives in northeast Ohio in the Cleveland area. You ever been through there?
That's by Cincinnati. Cleveland,
In Cincinnati in Indiana?
that's in Ohio. Very last county, Cincinnati, then you get in Kentucky, then Tennessee, then Georgia.
Yeah, where is the McCoys from though? Where originally?
Ireland,
Ireland? Well, I mean in the U.S.
they were in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
That's where they decided to have the feud.
He's 10 minutes from Lake Erie, so he's down where he could have some pretty good walleye fishing and bass down there. That ain't very far from the lake at all.
Oh, that's where he lives?
Yeah, that bass and Banks down in Ohio.
Okay, well, I was thinking the wrong way. I was going south. He's up on the northern end.
See, here we're only maybe 5 minutes from Lake Huron, 4 minutes from this house.
Yeah. If I could jump in the lake.
Lake over there.
Okay, I could jump in the lake over there.
That'd be a hell of a jump. What do you keep staring out the window at?
Watching the cars go by. A lot of cars.
And Dave here, he used to live down in Georgia. For how long did you live down there?
Well, 94, and I came back in 98.
For 4 years.
Yep.
He said he's about 5.5 hours from Derek's house. That sounds about right.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else is going to talk to you.
You don't think so?
No.
You're getting bored, ain't you?
Yeah?
You planning on coming up this way, Bass and Banks? I heard Derek talking to him about going to Hubbard Lake. Derek wants to have a kayak tourney against me on Hubbard Lake by some bay over there. Well, both the places you're talking about, Bass and Banks, I've fished these places a long time. maybe inside the harbor, you'd have to go when it was early in the morning when the lakes are calm, because in Harrisville there, you're going to be pounded to death by waves. I mean, at least a little bit of wind from 4 or 5 different directions. Derek ain't going to go running around out there in a kayak. And then Hubbard Lake's a pretty good lake, but most of the time it's protected by the wind, but when it does start, I wouldn't want to be out there in a kayak.
Yeah, especially when the northeaster comes out. That's your worst storm. You can get.
There's huge smallmouth in Hubbard Lake. They're like why I believe they get so big is because there's natural smelt in that lake, and they also got good perch in the smelt. But the bass are like what you catch in a river. They're same length of 14-inch bass may weigh 2 pounds. But you get one out of the river and they will go about a pound. Derek told me to go to the lily pads on Hubbard Lake. Well, that's the only place you're going to find lily pads on the Hubbard Lake is way up that would be the northeast corner where the creek runs out of Hubbard Lake. There's a creek that runs out of Hubbard Lake. There's 2 creeks that run out of Hubbard Lake, and one runs into it. You'd have to either go way down the southwest corner. There's some lily pads down there, and then or way up and over in the northeast corner. But you ain't gonna find too much for bass around in Hubbard. You'll get there ain't very much for large ones in there. They're just not in there. You're more likely to catch pike. Where you'll find the smallmouth in Hubbard Lake is where the sediment changes. They'll run into the deep water, where the sediment changes from sand to gravel. The drop-offs.
They like the gravel to lay their eggs, and they
Yeah.
protect their nest.
What I use on Hubbard Lake, and I fished it a hell of a lot more than Derek ever did, is I use black. I use leaf color. I prefer jigs. You'll catch bass on top water and everything else there with all the crankbaits. I won one tournament there using a Rebel. It was a mid-depth runner. Drop shots, Derek always talks about drop shots. So you'll catch fish on the drop shot, but I don't use drop shots, no, I use jig. What I really like to use is gizzards. That'll get you more fish. You can fish that on top, you can fish it on the bottom, you can fish it out. Believe me, I fished a lot of tournaments. The bass again in Hubbard Lake. Well, I don't know what you fish like, but you both got the same amount of chance to catch bass there in that lake. Yeah, if any knowledge of bass at all, you'll catch bass there. But especially when you have to get there and the fish are turned on, you can catch fish in there. I'd like to take you out there.
Well, Hubbard Lake.
Yeah.
Been a while since I've been there.
What'd you fish for up there?
I didn't. I went to go see my friend out there.
Black leeches, jig, yeah. I said leeches because that's what it reminds me of, is a leech in the water. I use tube baits is what a lot of people call them. Skits of tube baits. You can do so many things with them. You can put rattles up inside them. You can float them, and they look natural to the bass. I like to get it flat head, the head, because it makes the bait go down. When the bait's going down, it circles down, so it drops straight down. And if I don't have a gets a jig head, I'll hammer my jig head in the flat shape. It makes the bait stand up. Just a lead head jig. You can hammer it in any shape you want. Someday I'll make them come over here and I'll do a little video of what I got a little trick I do with them tubes. I use they use it for laundry to make dye laundry. What is that stuff called? You don't know what laundry dye is?
I've heard, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about though.
Oh, hold on. Hon, what's the name of that dye I use on my jigs?
On your what?
On my jig heads when I color the tubes.
It's just clothing dye.
Yeah, it's clothing dye?
Yep.
But what's the name of it?
Let's see. I think it's called RIT. R-I-T.
Rick dye clothing dye. I take that and I mix it up because sometimes you can't get the black you want, but that ain't the only reason I do it that way. Because a certain amount of it will come off as you're using it. I don't know if you ever seen the way the police when they've been injured or hurt or they're frightened, they put out this little black film, and it mimics that when you pull it through the water, and it really makes a difference. And it has no smell. That's an old trick from years ago. They can't figure out. They got the same bait, same everything. What's the difference? You just hold it up, looks just like what the other are. It makes a big difference sometimes, especially if they're tight on the bite. Most of all the bass they bite on reaction strike. They don't pretty much, they're reaction strikes. Something comes by. Yeah, Derek served the home here pretty quick. We both be home about 7. It says 7 o'clock right now.
7:02, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a little trick to how I do that. Green pumpkin and June bug soft plastics work good there. Well, yeah, it just depends. If you got a favorite color, and it really depends on water clarity. But if you got faith in them colors in Michigan, because most generally water's fairly clear, and it goes down a lot deeper, and you can see with your eye. And pumpkin color is a good color because it's got a little dark hue to it. It can be seen in deeper water. I fish 30 feet of water a lot in timber. I'll go out in the bright daylight and fish the walleye. The green pumpkin, that always was a good color for years. They guys use that. Is that your favorite colors? Green pumpkin, that would sort of mimic the crayfish because they're green in color. What do you think?
No, they're sort of a reddish color, reddish, and they have a little bit of green. They have a little bit of orange in them.
What's your favorite color of those? Well, you like one of them.
Well, I've used plastic grubs before. Well, it looks like grubs with the tail on it, and I used to catch the small little bluegill one right after another. But it's just I don't know this time whatever they want feeding on. Because I try different things. If they don't bite on one thing, I try something else till I find exactly what they bite on. And sometimes I don't find anything. They won't even bite at all.
Yeah, I use 3 1/4 or 3.5 inch tubes. Some people like to turn, they think the fish are turned off more and then go to the smaller tube, but I believe you'll catch a lot bigger fish with a bigger tube.
Well, sometimes it depends how fussy they are. I mean, sometimes your big ones go after the small little ones. Then you'll hit the gigantic ones.
Abracadabra's back. Biggest thing there.
They so typing you.
No, he didn't say nothing else. I was just looking. Yeah, well, it's been 1 hour and 52.
Okay.
I had signature soft plastic with those 2 colors, swirled with silver and gold flake on the green pumpkin side.
Gold flake would shine in the water, and that would catch a fish's attention, and they'll go see what it is.
Yeah, people they believe in a lot of that. But now would you see walk by the screen now?
I don't see anybody walk by the screen.
Oh, the way you looked all of a sudden, I thought you seen something.
No, I was scratching my ear.
Oh, you were looking at your ears.
No.
It's called Binks Jester. What do you make your own plastics, Binks? There's so many things you can do with tubes though, and jigs.
I'm gonna try that. Never tried those.
What, tubes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to fish with a tube, from shore. I don't think you'd have too good luck, depending on what the water was like. Yeah.
Drop the penny.
Oh, wow.
I don't want that little kid to swallow it.
Right. I have a company I'm partnering with that makes it. So he makes a lure. He's a part of a company that makes a lure.
Okay.
Where do you get your plastics? That'd be like in the old days where you could make crazy jigs. You make your own jigs.
I have in the past.
What?
I have in the past.
From made plastic jigs?
Well, they weren't plastic. They were made out of wood. I carved them.
Oh, okay.
Made them out of wood, and they were like deep divers.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if I have that stuff anymore. Come to think of it, not after what happened.
The company's called Aquatic Baits. But I do use other brands also. Yeah, back when Bass Pro Shops started, when they first would ship out their plastics, they were mixing them together and they would melt in the mail. And I gave them a suggestion about putting them in the plastic bags, and I got gobs and gobs they gave me for my idea. They were so dumb they would ship all different and they were no, no mail. And they gave me, that's when the only place they had Bass Pro Shops was down in Springfield then. But they gave me a whole bunch of shit. Man, I had a ton of, they sent me it all for the idea. Now things have changed so much. They used to have some big bass in the aquariums down there in Springfield.
Well, they had.
I can't think of his name, Johnny Morris. The what? Oh.
What's the place past Standish?
Oh, you mean Frank's?
Well, it used to be called something else. Well, what's the name of the town?
Pinconning?
Yeah, Pinconning.
What's the Pinconning? Jeez.
Well, no, the next town after Pinconning is where they had the big bait and tackle shop. Oh, on the left hand side there.
Well, that's Frank's.
Yeah, but they
That's
wasn't.
in Linwood.
Yeah, but it was called another name before that.
I don't know. You know that guy, he won the lottery, state lottery twice. That's how he got such a great big monster place.
Well, he had fishing in his big aquarium there. He had bass in there and that.
Did he?
Yeah,
No, I don't remember that.
yeah. I don't. I think they did away with.
Yeah, Kevin Van Dam, I heard it. I used to fish with him. Years ago, I fished against him, I should say, when he was just a young guy. Over in Traverse City, he was in a tournament I was in. He was just starting out then, but he was really good fisherman. He moved up the line pretty good. I don't know him personally. I'll be right back. Okay. But yeah, I fished in tournaments with him. I used to fish BASS tournaments.
On the other side over there.
But he was just starting out then, pretty much. The whole Van Dam family.
What garbage came with the black bag in it?
Yeah, that's all old days now. Yeah, Kevin Van Dam lived on the opposite side of the state, over on, I think it was Kalamazoo, if I remember right. Yeah, that tournament that Kevin was in, I got big bass that day, and then I had to go on Traverse City TV, and I had my hair was sticking out like this, and and I had I had a Sax Domar chainsaw hat on. I was on TV with the bass, and I looked like Bozo, man. It was pretty funny. My hair had been, on that tournament, I was running a bass tracker. Then I went from a bass tracker to a Ranger 350B bass boat. Hello, Mickey. I'm Derek's dad. And that's my friend Dave. I'm babysitting today. Yeah, I used to fish a lot bass and binks. think Derek was about 5 years old the first bass he ever caught.
How big was he?
It was probably, I don't know, 12, 13 inches long. He was about 5 years old. I had a picture. I gave him a picture that I had. And I had back then. I had a Aeroglass bass boat. Green is like a tri-hull, 70 horse root on it. That was quite a few years back. That was really good ball.
See, all my dad know how to do is fish with gill nets.
Yeah.
And that's the way his dad was taught. Gill nets.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were commercial fishermen. Right?
Yeah, but when it come to actual fishing with a pole, he didn't know. He didn't know how to fish.
Really?
He didn't.
I tried that boat I got from him.
Well, that boat it wasn't originally his. That was my Aunt Geneva's boat. The one you went over there to Firewood to.
Yeah.
That was her boat. It was her husband's boat. And he's the one who used to go on the lake and go fishing. But they would never take me fishing whatsoever. They would always leave me home. The only ones that ever took me fishing was my cousin Ed, in which would be his dad, and his dad and my grandpa were brothers. Be Ed, he's the one that took me out in the lake, and when we went lake trout fishing, went salmon fishing, when the Chinook and coho was running, we go catch those out in the lake. And every Saturday, no, it'd be every Sunday, I would go. I would smoke. I would brine them overnight, and I would go to the smoker and I would put those and smoke them every Sunday.
Really?
Or I would make sure I get enough fish, and I would fill the refrigerator, and I would smoke all of those.
I still got that boat on the field. I started the project.
Yeah, that was my uncle's boat. But he can say whatever he wants. That's not originally his boat. That was my uncle's boat. He did have a boat. He had an old Clyde's boat, a wood Clyde's. I think they call it Clydesdale. I'm not really sure. But it was an old Clyde's wooden boat.
Oh.
And it was, I'm going to say, 12 foot, maybe 15 foot boat. It was,
KW says that we come out of space yet.
huh?
Many so bored. We need fishing dudes. Got some of them Bigfoot smoked fish on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fishing's changed a lot in years. Still basically the same old thing. Now I just catch and release.
That's what I do. But you still have to have a fishing license.
Too many stealth players. What fishing are you doing now? Well, I ain't doing any fishing. You've been fishing for steelhead and
Well, I'm going to start fishing for steelhead.
steelhead and Atlantics are running in the river now. Suckers won't be too far behind.
Nope.
Walleyes will come up in the river with the suckers.
Well, the walleye, no,
We don't get the smelt runs up here no more like we used to.
No, we haven't had those in years. Ever since they planted the Chinook and all that, it ate all the fish.
Okay. Now,
I'll get my boat out next week. Where are you from, K&C? What state? Minnesota.
I almost won this time.
Or MN, is that Minnesota or is that Montana?
I don't know. Could be in Montana.
Man, just 10,000 lakes, so that's Minnesota.
I've been there. 10,000 weeks.
In Michigan?
Going out of Michigan.
Oh, in Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
It's more like 20,000 lakes. Yeah, they got more lakes there than we got here in Michigan. We got lakes everywhere we go. Can't go very far without running into a lake. A lot of small lakes, and then bigger lakes, Hubbard Lake. Well, there's some bigger ones. There's Burt and Mullet. You know, in Traverse City, and then you go down, you got Crystal Lake, you got Lake Leon. They got over in Minnesota, though, they got a lot better ice fishing and stuff. They got a longer winter than we have, actually. I like to dirt fish myself.
Dirt fish.
Yeah, let's go on metal detecting dirt fishing. Every gravel pit was made from old building.
Oh no, what's happening, buddy?
Each with his own lake now, pretty near each home. You need to turn the light on. I don't know where it is there. You know where the light switch is?
Nope.
Ashland. Is Ashland in there? I'll be right back. I'll see.
Well, it'd be better if we leave my black alone.
Where's the light switch?
Oh, sure. Andrew, take this. Sorry, first thing is building. First thing everybody's building. Use the lights?
Yeah.
Sorry.
it's dark.
This is the lights, sorry. You forget which one.
Now you can see yourself again.
Sorry, no one can know it because Jason was there. We're building.
How old am I? I'm 63 this year.
I got it.
61. Yeah, this guy just turned 61. How old are you? Can't remember.
54.
54. Yeah, I guess so.
Put 'em on. That's it, buddy. You're not getting close to rip it.
Yeah, Derek's my oldest son.
Couldn't guess my card game.
I got a flip phone, but I don't have a
You're building, okay?
phone.
There you are.
iPhone, or whatever they call
Smartphone.
it, smartphone. I don't. I got a desk. This is a laptop that Derek uses here. I got a desktop computer, but I'm still trying to learn how to. Trying to make some videos this year, maybe metal detecting, but I don't know how it's going to turn out because I don't know. I got to learn editing and everything. I started going on Derek's thing here, and all these people were subscribing to me. And when Derek started this thing back in October, and so I put a couple videos on. Your wife hates you? This is computer at home. He says I can't make a cell phone function right. My wife hates me. Yeah, I don't like what I don't like about the cell phones. The same thing with a laptop. My finger don't. The butt, everything's so small. I can't see that. She can't contact me when I'm fishing yet. Yeah, I fished for years, and when I went fishing, I was fishing. Nowadays, you go even out metal detecting with other guys, and every 5 minutes they stop and looking at their phone because they got a message here. The world is different now. Before you drove everywhere around, you didn't have a phone. It wasn't that many years ago. Then they came out with beepers. Now everybody's got a cell phone.
I go fishing. I just leave them in the vehicle.
Do you leave it in the vehicle?
I'll answer it when I get to it.
Hey, Derek's running a little late, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
I hope you didn't have somewhere to go at 7:30.
Yeah.
It actually did a good get to spend a little time with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll have to get out fishing once this year. Or twice.
More than once.
It makes it hard though, because I like to go detecting. You like to go fishing. I know Derek or James is planning on buying a boat this year. He wants to do more fishing this year too. But him working nights, it makes it go a lot harder. That's surprised James ain't coming yet. He should be getting up there all soon.
Oh, he's going to log on with this?
He might, because he usually gets up about 7:30 when he gets up to go, ready to go to work.
What time is it? 7. Is it 28?
7:28 p.m.
Well, I guess at the last one. I seen the 7. I guess at the last part.
I'm starting this year to take my grandson metal detecting, magnet fishing and such. And old marble digger. Last such as Utah ghost towns and old mines. Yeah, I've been metal detecting now since 2012, and I found some pretty cool stuff. I dig a lot of junk, but I've seen a lot of cool stuff. I also work with a forest archaeologist.
I don't know what to do here, Dave. I really don't.
You don't know how to figure it out?
It says you have a voicemail. Is that what that is?
Oh, that's from my therapy.
Oh, yeah, bottle dumps or glass dump. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I know what that is. That's from my therapy. But the message though, that's from that place. The voicemail is for my therapy. But
Hello, Turtle Creativity. This is Dad. It's size detecting. How are you?
Rachel.
Yeah, it's different this side. I'm still babysitting for Derek.
I don't know what you did. Boy, it jumped out really fast on the letter. Sorry to disturb you. How do you run that live anyway?
What's that?
How are you even running it?
How am I running it?
Have you figured it out already?
What, the internet?
No,
What?
I haven't. Have you?
Oh, some of it I have figured out. Yeah, I'm excited to see you come in. I tried doing a live from my house, but my connection's so bad over there, I can't talk or anything. It makes it a bummer. Yeah, I told Derek while we were babysitting, I would just sit here on his live feed and get him some time. I think I scare most of the people out though. I hope you've had a good day.
Well, the lady at the gas station told me it was all free, that I wouldn't be charged for it.
Well, then it's not gonna. Go back to app. And then I want to. Get it back to where it was, and I'll send. I'll push drive and push okay.
Okay, have a good day, KNC. Okay. I'll just keep on here until he walks in the door then. Oh, was that how you pronounce that? Dojo?
I had no clue. She said it was all free. That's what she told me.
Make sure the door is not locked.
It's the parents in here.
Oh, you're from the UK, eh? Long ways away.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
How's it going?
go on, sit down.
Did a nice night out, Mom?
Oh, we got. Right.
There's still.
How's everyone doing?
Your team, Andrew, trying to be and it's hard.
Oh, bounce the slabs in here and bats and binks.
Well, they were.
Here, let's refresh it. Hey, Turtle Creativity.
Because I don't have the internet.
Oh no, we can't do that. Cancel.
There he is.
Hey, Dojo, Allotment, Mayhem, Fanwick. How you doing? We got 3 people in the house, guys. So, how was it, Dad?
It was okay. We talked about everything. We talked about fishing
Yeah, fishing,
We did talk
Bigfoot,
about
smokehouse.
and aliens and UFOs and
Oh, that's awesome. Got 19 thumbs up.
well, I guess that's how many thumbs down.
Where's that? Oh, I just inserted an ad.
I did.
No, I just put one in there. They're all watching an ad right now.
Oh, okay. So how many thumbs down is there?
I can't tell.
Oh.
Well, probably not that many have them
I
all.
haven't scared people out as fast as they come in.
You are?
I think so.
Why are people?
I don't know. They've been sending.
Well, here, I
We have really good internet here.
Yeah, Derek's good on that, Dave. They've been sending you messages like crazy on your thing ever since you left.
Yeah. Oh, we got 4 people in here. Who do we have in here? Do you guys enjoy having my dad run the stream for a change?
Turtle Creativity just got in a few minutes ago, which was I was happy she came in. So she got to see whose side she checked her was.
Yeah.
And I talked to Bass and Binks for a while.
Yeah. Who else has been in here?
Well, Bouncer Slab, K and C. Mike come in. WTF Mike came in for a minute. Grant was there for a minute. He went running.
Yeah, Grant. This is Grant's night off. He doesn't spend not much time on.
Yeah, well, he enough to say hi. That's all.
Yeah.
Which is okay. And, I don't know, Dave. Who all was in here?
What was your highest number?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Maybe 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Yeah, 4 now.
Yeah, but only like 2 or 3 was talking. Who are you? But you can watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I know I can.
That's right. James didn't come in.
Don't you work tonight?
Yeah, but he usually gets up about 7:30.
Yeah.
So did you guys have a good night?
Yeah, we had a great night.
I can't remember who all was in here right now.
Hey, hon, you want to say hi? He's still alive.
Oh, but
I write well on social sites. Keep my fingers moving. My mind hoping and dreaming of spring, please. I've been wanting spring really bad.
Let's do something like this. Push it back a little bit. We'll both get in here. A little better. That's not a bad.
Yeah, it was getting really dark in here, and then I turned the light on.
Come on, mommy.
Here, he can come over here where he sits.
Come on, buddy. You wanna sit?
Well, we're gonna get off here.
Yeah, we can get off here
You want a
anytime.
yogurt?
Well, guys, I'm gonna shut this down.
Yep. See you later, everyone.
See you guys later. I'll tell you in a second. Watch
He
this.
was